Hello everyone, good morning children. In the last session of the social studies, you knew about how the Mughal Empire established in India and who were their descendants, that is Babur, Humayun, Akbar, okay, and then his son Jahangir or Salim. So we have seen up to this. The remaining descendant we will read in another chapter. And now we will see about the administration of the Mughal Empire. Okay, so let's start. So as there were kingship in the Mughal Empire also, so the king was responsible for appointing the successor of the kingdom. Okay, whoever so was the king, he will only appoint his successor. Okay, as it was a common practice in the kingdom, and it would usually be the eldest son. और ज़्यादा करके क्या होता था, जो eldest son होता था वही राजा बनते थे. During the Mughal rule, all the sons would get an equal share of the empire. जितने भी बच्चे होते थे उन सबको उनके राज्य का इक्वल शेयर मिलता था. लेकिन जो दिल्ली was a main center of the power at the time of Mughal only. Okay, earlier it was not a main center of India. So the Mughal king appoint his successor, and that successor actually used to rule Delhi. This kind of hierarchy was implemented during the Humayun reign. So this system was implemented during the Humayun time. After that, rulers conspired against each other for the throne. But as I said you that Delhi was considered the most powerful among all the other regions, or even after the kingdom was equally divided among all their sons. So there has been a rivalry among all their descendant, that why someone get the Delhi, because Delhi was considered as a center of the power, and because of that only there was a conspiracy in the Mughal dynasty. Then we will see the administrative system. उनका administration कैसे चलता था. So there was a सूबेदारी system was implemented during the Mughal period. जैसे हमारे यहाँ पे प्रोविंस हुआ करता था, मंडल एक्चुअली हिंदी में कहते हैं उसको, एक बड़ा राज्य का हिस्सा होता है, तो उसको हम लोग जो हिंदू कल्चर्स थे उसमें हम लोग उसको मंडल कहते थे. बट मुगल्स यूज्ड टू टेल इट एज अ सूबा, एंड दैट सिस्टम इज नोन एज द सूबेदारी सिस्टम. अकबर डिवाइडेड हिज किंगडम. उसका अकबर जितने भी एरिया में रूल करता था उसको उसने 15 सेक्शंस में डिवाइड कर दिए थे. ओके, एंड ईच सेक्शन वाज नोन एज अ सूबा और द प्रोविंस, एंड the subsection of the Suba is called the government, and then that government is divided into the Pargana, and the head of each Pargana is called the Amir. Okay, so वहाँ पे 15 sections में पूरा राज्य बटा हुआ था. Okay, और वो 15 sections में सूबा, उसके नीचे गवर्नमेंट के नीचे परगना, और परगना का जो हेड होता था उसको आमिर कहते थे. आमिर का मेन काम क्या होता था? टू कलेक्ट द रेवेन्यू, मीन्स टू कलेक्ट द लैंड टैक्स. देयर वर अ ग्राम पंचायत इन द विलेजेस, एंड द हेड वाज नोन एज द पटेल, चौधरी, मुकादम एटसेट्रा. ओके, तो जो परगना था, दैट वाज एक्चुअली you can say that was an urban area or the city area. Okay, and the village in the village area, still there was a same system was followed, and the head of the village was known as the Patel, Chaudhary, Mukadam. but हिंदू कल्चर में जो विलेज का हेड होता था उसको सरपंच कहते थे. Thus during that time the various executives were appointed, और उस टाइम पे बहुत सारे एग्जीक्यूटिव्स को अपॉइंट किया गया था टू लुक आफ्टर these 15 sections of the Suba. Okay, you can see here in this chart, it is quite clear to you. Kingdom is divided into the 15 section 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So like this there is a 15 subas. Okay, like this 3 there is in 15 subas. Sorry, so it was divided into the 15 section. Okay, so suba, then government, then pargana, and then amir. Okay, so these are the 15 sections. So this is the chart. See here is subas. Under the suba there is a government, under the government there is a pargana, and the head of the pargana is called amir. Then during the Akbar's reign, pilgrim tax was not levied. See this, even if you have watched some TV serials or you have gone through the stories of the Akbar, then you people may be knowing that Akbar was the most popular ruler of the Mughal Empire or of the Mughal dynasty. He was popular because he was quite, you can say, he is quite liberal toward the religion of the Hindu. Else all the other rulers, Humayun, either it is Aurangzeb or it is Shah Jahan or whether it is a Jahangir, they all were not liberal towards the other religion or specifically the Hindu religion. So that's why Akbar was quite popular. Okay, and he actually levied, means he has stopped the pilgrimage tax which was paid by the Hindu. Okay, when Akbar or when there was an Mughal ruler in India, when the Mughals started ruling the India, then the Hindu people specially have to pay a tax to go to their pilgrim centers. Okay, and there would be, and because he levied that pilgrim tax, so there has been a huge crowd in the pilgrim center. And he also used to regularly organize the religious meet at the prayer hall at Sikri, and representatives from all the religions used to attend the meeting. The royal court was adorned by the scholars. That's why Akbar is somewhat popular even in the Hindu community. It's because he always used to follow the suggestion of the scholar rather than the religious head. Okay, so his court is always adorned with the scholars, and इसीलिए फेमस है कि उसके कोर्ट में 9 रतन थे. Okay, the 9 gems of the Akbar were Birbal, the quick-witted courtier, then the Abul Fazl, he was the historian and the writer of the Aini Akbari and the Akbarnama. Then the Todermal, he was the revenue minister. Faizi, he was a renowned poet. Then the Abdul Rahim, he was the Hindi verse, means Hindi के दोहे लिखना, ये जो काम होता था ना, that was done by the Abdul Rahim. Then Tansen, he was a famous singer. He was unparalleled during his time. Then Man Singh, the leader of the Daksh army, that is his commander-in-chief. Akbar का commander-in-chief कौन था? Man Singh. He was a Hindu. Mullah Do Piazza, he was a clever and a jolly courtier. Then the Hammam, he was the famous Vaidya, means physician, means doctor. Okay. See, in these 9 gems there were many Hindu and even there were many Muslims, and this was unique in the Akbar among the all other Mughal rulers, and that's why Akbar was the most famous Mughal ruler of all. Now there is a trick to learn this, all the 9 gems name: Bat, Fat, MDH. B means Birbal, A means Abul Fazal, T means Todermal, F means Faizi, A means Abdul Rahim, T means Tansin, then MDH, Mansingh, Do Piazza and Hama. So this is one of a trick to remember these name of the 9 gems. Then through this picture you can see how the royal court of the Akbar was like. Okay, this is a picture of his royal court, and there were the another ministers who used to look after the administrative work was the Diwan. He was the head of the revenue department. Then the Bakshi, he was a vigilance officer. What is a vigilance officer? Suppose a finance department was run by a finance minister, but there is a person who actually even watch all the schemes, policies and everything of the finance minister also, and he is directly reporting to the king. Vigilance means nazar rakhna. Okay, and Sadra means the vigilance officer who looks after the religious donation, charitable food, etc. So there is a vigilance in the finance department is different, and the vigilance for the other things like donations, charitable foods and all these things, there was another vigilance officer who is known as the Sadra. Qazi, that is a judge. Then the Faujdar, he was the head of the government. Kotwal, the executive officer who look after the law and the order. Okay, so Qazi was a man who used to give the justice, like today's judge. And the Kotwal was, it's like an office, like our court. Okay, and the executive officers, and there were the officers who used to look after the law and order. Okay, they have some written things that, okay, we have given this punishment for that crime and all that. They having a record of all this. Then the Mir Bahar, he was the controller and the tax controller at the ports, octroi, boats, etc. So he was a controller and the tax collector, whichever things was to import and export. Okay, then the Senapati, that's he was the leader of the royal army, so his name was Senapati. The head was usually the king himself, और ज्यादा करके सेनापति कौन होते थे? किंग खुद ही सेनापति होते थे. Okay, now here we will see during the Akbar's reign, till the Akbar's reign, from the Babur, Humayun and Akbar, all the Mughal empires has captured the area near about the Delhi, that is the present Rajasthan, Haryana, then the certain part of the Uttar Pradesh, then the Madhya Pradesh, and all these regions they have captured. Okay, so you can say that the central India, certain part of the northern India, that is the Punjab, Rajasthan and Haryana, these all part, and even the certain part of the north. So during this time, the most adamant Rajput ruler was the Maharana Pratap. Okay, his father was the king of the Mewar, and Chittor comes under the Mewar. Okay, and we are going to see that how brave was the Maharana Pratap, how he fought to the Akbar. Okay, so that's why I titled it like Chittor's Tales of Bravery. There were the frequent struggles between the Mughals and the Sisodia Rajput. Sisodia Rajputs never accepted the supremacy of the Mughal. सिसोदिया राजपूत तैयार ही नहीं थे कभी, वो लोग ने कभी भी मुगल सुप्रीमेसी को अपने ऊपर माना ही नहीं. And so they fought against the Akbar boldly and bravely. Among all the warriors of the Sisodia Rajput, Maharana Pratap's bravery is especially noteworthy. जितने भी सिसोदिया राजपूत थे उसमें से सबसे ज्यादा अगर किसी को अकबर को किसी ने फाइट दिया था तो वो कौन थे? महाराणा प्रताप. And that's why he is noteworthy in the history. Among all the rulers of the Sisodia dynasty, Maharana Pratap was one who fought against the Akbar continuously till the end. Many battles fought between Maharana Pratap and Akbar, among which the Battle of Haldighati is considered to be a landmark battle. ऐसे तो अकबर और महाराणा प्रताप के बीच में बहुत सारे बैटल होते हैं, लेकिन जो हल्दी घाटी का बैटल है वो सबसे कंसिडरेबल है, वो लैंडमार्क है. ओके, इट इज अ रिमार्केबल बैटल. Akbar had a huge, well-equipped army with the modern weapons, cannon, gunpowder in sufficient number and the artilleries. एक साइड अकबर की जो सेना थी वो लाखों में थी, ऐसे ह्यूज आर्मी. उसके पास कैनन्स थे, गन पाउडर्स थे, मॉडर्न वेपन्स थे. और दूसरी साइड महाराणा प्रताप थे जिनके पास थाउजेंड्स ऑफ आर्मी थी. ओके, बट दे ऑल वर द ब्रेव राजपूत्स. Okay, they used to live in the jungle and therefore they were expert in the war of the hilly areas. Okay, पहाड़ों पे युद्ध लड़ने में वो लोग एक्सपर्ट हो गए थे. And the Maharana Pratap only has the 20 to 22,000 of the soldiers who fought bravely against the lack of the Mughal soldiers. But in the battle of the Haldi Ghati, Maharana Pratap and his horse Chetak attained martyrdom, and that can never be forgotten. Now see, जो हल्दी घाटी की जो युद्ध है, बैटल है, वो इसीलिए कंसिडरेबल है बिकॉज दैट वाज अ डिसिसिव बैटल. क्योंकि उस बैटल में जो महाराणा प्रताप का घोड़ा होता है चेतक, वो भी पूरी तरह से जख्मी हो जाता है महाराणा प्रताप को बचाने में. और उसके बाद महाराणा प्रताप और उसके हॉर्स चेतक दोनों मर जाते हैं. It is believed that when Maharana Pratap was injured, one of his leaders wore his canopy to distract the Mughal rulers. Actually, महाराणा प्रताप जो होते हैं वो युद्ध में अकबर का जो सेनापति होता है उससे लड़ रहे होते हैं. और अकबर का जो सेनापति होता है वो ऊंचे हाथी पे बैठा होता है. So to reach there, महाराणा प्रताप उस तक पहुंच नहीं पा रहे थे क्योंकि हाथी की जो हाइट होती है दैट वाज टू हाई. तो चेतक जो उनका घोड़ा होता है वो अपना दोनों पैर हाथी के सूंड पे टिका देता है. ओके, सो दैट महाराणा प्रताप कुड रीच दैट कमांडर इन चीफ. लेकिन उस चक्कर में क्या होता है कि हाथी जब खुद को और अपने सेनापति को बचाने के लिए भागता है तो चेतक बहुत ऊंची हाइट से गिर जाता है. ओके, और वो क्यों गिर जाता है? बिकॉज जो अकबर का सेनापति होता है उसके कारण से महाराणा प्रताप को लग जाती है. ही गॉट इंजर्ड महाराणा प्रताप. ओके, तो उसको बचाने के चक्कर में जो चेतक होता है वो भी अपने आप को उस हाथी के सूंड से नीचे उतारता है तो फॉल हो जाता है. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट चेतक के जो आगे के दो पैर होते हैं दैट गॉट बैडली इंजर्ड. ओके, और चेतक अपने मालिक को बचाने के लिए वहां से अपने मालिक को, इंजर्ड मालिक को लेके भागता है. इवन दो ही मीन्स द चेतक हिमसेल्फ वाज इंजर्ड. ओके, और ये देखते हुए जो महाराणा प्रताप के जो सेनापति थे उनका जो एक सोल्जर था उसने खुद महाराणा प्रताप का जो कैनोपी मीन्स वो जो लड़ाई में लोखंड के माथे पे पहनते हैं दैट इज कॉल्ड द कैनोपी. Okay, that was like an helmet. Okay, and Chetak took the injured Maharana Pratap away from the battlefield. Akbar won all the forts except the Chittor. Actually, this is a mistake here. Maharana Pratap won all the forts except the Chittor. So actually, the area is known as the Mewar. He has won all the area of the Mewar, that is the Udaipur and all etc. But he couldn't able to won the Chittor. And उन्होंने ये कसम खाई थी, he vowed that till I get back Chittor I will not sleep peacefully. But unfortunately he got died because of this injury. Okay. And this is the statue of the Maharana Pratap and his horse Chetak. It is still in the Chittor. Okay children, so this is all for this chapter. अगर आप इस कहानी को महाराणा प्रताप और अकबर की हल्दी घाटी की जो युद्ध है इसको अगर आप YouTube में भी सर्च करेंगे तो आपको काफ़ी एनिमेटेड वीडियोस मिलेंगे देखने के लिए, where you can see it in the better way. Okay, animated video, if you will search, if okay, I will also put on that animated video for you. That's all for this chapter. Okay, I hope you all understand this concept. Okay, bye.